Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Beyond the Arc podcast. Dallas, the Great Pumpkin, joined by Levi. Levi, how's it going?
Joined by Charlie and the Great Pumpkin. Yeah, that's me tonight. So, hey man, doing well. Hope you're doing well. What
Yeah,
a crap start to the weekend. The end of the nice holiday by the football team, but basketball team held us up pretty well. So good with what we did over in Vegas.
yeah. I've had it planned for us to start with some rare football talk. You don't have anything to add before I get going here?
Um, no, I don't think we should fire Tim Banks. I think we need a new strength and conditioning coach. I think we need to spend as much money as they. What's the point in spending money on all these freshmen when you can spend it in the portal on a guy that you know is 100% ready to and locked in to the Division 1 SEC grind? So that's all I'll say. It's up to you.
Well, here's my thought on the strength and conditioning coach and the strength and conditioning department. Have you seen the strength and conditioning coach?
Yeah, he looks like you.
I was getting ready to say he looks like me, and no disrespect to him. I don't mean that as disrespectful, but I wouldn't want myself to be the strength and conditioning coach at the University of Tennessee. I mean, I don't. I mean, I'm not. Anyway, I'm not going to sit here and down myself, but I wouldn't want myself to be the strength and conditioning coach is what I'm getting to. And Tim Banks, man, I feel like he's being scapegoated here because I mean, look, the defense has it been great? No, no one's saying it's great, but I also don't think it's awful. It's very
Serviceable.
serviceable. It's very opportunistic. They force turnovers, and when the offense supposedly an offense that is as great as Tennessee's is supposedly, that's all you really need. I think it starts at the top. It's Josh Heupel. I mean, halftime. Did you see that? Did you see the halftime speech he gave to no, not speech, but interview he gave to the reporter?
I was at the game, so I have no
I
recollection of
didn't
any of
know if
that type of stuff.
I didn't know if you'd went back and watched it or not, but he's just like,
I'm
yeah,
not
man.
watching that.
I don't blame you. He's like, yeah, man. We're just gonna have to get execution, man. I mean, you know what, man? We just have to get that execution, buddy. It's your
See, that's the
job.
difference in him.
It's your job. He has no fire. It's like he doesn't want to do this
Nah,
anymore. I mean,
yeah.
and God bless him, Joey Aguilar. He has done more than I thought he could ever do. I'll admit, I did not think he was going to be the answer at the starting quarterback for this season. He's been better than I thought he was going to be. But I don't know if you heard his post game interview as well.
I did watch his post game, and let me add something real quick, Dallas, for you continue. I know you got notes and stuff, but Heupel over coaches his quarterbacks, and it's been seen with Aguilar for the entire season now. There's absolutely no reason that that man should be hesitant to throw the football, but good Lord, was he hesitant to let that thing go in the second half against Vanderbilt, and that is a thing that drove me insane because we all know who the true quarterbacks coach is. We all know who the true offensive coordinator is. And I said I wouldn't say much, but the fact that Joey Aguilar in the first 3 games, watch his throws in the first 3 games. No thinking, just let it fly, right? Watch his throws in the last 9 games. He's a different guy. He's been overcoached. He's overthinking, and that's one thing that drives me mad is there's no reason that he should be thinking that way. He went out and he put up great offensive numbers in the first 3 games. Yeah, we lost to Georgia. It happens. He threw 2 interceptions. It happens. I'd rather him have thrown 14 interceptions this year and thrown 6 more touchdowns because he didn't care to think and he let that thing fly. So, anyways, I'm done now. I'm officially done with football. It's basketball season, baby.
I agree. As soon as I wrap up my monologue here, I'll be done as well. But in the post game press conference, he talked about Aguilar, talked about the practice. He said that the team hasn't been consistent in practice, that he doesn't think they went hard enough in practice. Joey, man, you're a what is he now? Fourth? Is this his fourth year or is this his fifth? Fifth. You're a fifth year senior. You're the starting quarterback. You are the leader of the team. It's your job and Josh Heupel's job to make sure them practices are going according to plan. If you're being lazy in practice, it's on Josh Heupel. If you're being lazy in practice, it's on Joey Aguilar. And I just don't think. I mean, like I said, I I respect Joey, and everything he's done here at Tennessee. But I think if he were to get a sixth year or whatever it is, I think if you're Josh Heupel and you're still the head coach at Tennessee, which I'm not going to lie, if I'm Danny White, I don't think I let Josh Heupel leave that facility without either a pink slip or you better get, excuse my language, but you better get your ass right. And I think the quarterback has to be one of the biggest issues with this team coming up in the offseason. You have to get better at quarterback. You have to get a safety. You have to get some linebackers who can move. God bless Arian Carter again. But the man, he's been playing with.
That's the problem. Also, Dallas is they bulk them up too much, and the strength, the conditioning and strength, it's trash. It's awful. You look at our basketball team. Our guys get more explosive every year they stay here. Our guys get bigger, they get stronger. They move within the system. Our guys on defense, especially linebacker, when they're freshmen, Perlotti, for example, he's skinny. He can run, he can hit now. They're going to bulk him up 15 pounds if he stays here. And then what are we going to do? He's going to be slow. He's going to think too much. Just our coaches overcoach and our strength and conditioning is too it's overbearing. It puts too much weight on them. That's why we have guys with like our linebackers can't stay healthy. And I mean, even T-Lander, for example, T-Lander was quick. He was quick twitch guy when he was a freshman. Look at him as a junior. He's nowhere near that product anymore, and it's really disheartening to see that our guys are overcoached. Like, you develop a guy, that's great. Some guys take great teaching to it, but think of the best players in the Josh Heupel era. Name for me the best players in the Josh Heupel era. Dallas, go ahead.
Hendon Hooker, Jalen Hyatt, Dylan Sampson. I know I'm missing some.
Jamon McCoy.
Marquez Callaway. I
No,
mean,
Callaway was before, but
he didn't get 1 year with Josh.
no, he would have been a dog. But my point is that um, transfers, guys that are undercoached come here and then they get coached up a little bit and they get better with that coaching and that development, but they don't get overcoached like cats in the tree again. I don't even care. Like some of these guys do. So it's just ridiculous, Dallas. I don't have a whole lot to say, and I've said too much because it's irritating. It's really, really irritating to watch this football team because we have the players to go out and be aggressive, but guess what? We can't, apparently, and we don't, and we're boring. And Josh Heupel changed the offense. Everybody got film on it, and he didn't adjust
He just
at
went
all.
back to what he was doing.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have to constantly evolve throughout a season, and Rick Barnes does it great. Rick Barnes and his staff always evolves, and everybody will say, "Well, he made one Final Four." Blah, blah. Say whatever you want about Rick Barnes. Is that no matter what, the first game you watch of the year to the last game of the year, that the entire team is completely different, and they're not overcoached, and you have guys thinking freely come time, and it's a one game at a time type thing, but. It's really annoying just to watch this football team.
I just took two questions, and then we'll move on to basketball. And this is what this podcast is supposed to be about. But we spent 15 minutes almost talking about football. One, do you think Josh Heupel is a Hendon Hooker merchant? And two, is there any team that you could possibly get in this bowl game that would excite you whatsoever about this game?
No and no.
I think I'm at the point where offensively, I think yes, I think he's a Hendon Hooker merchant, but I don't think it's too
But
far
you don't want to know
gone.
the crazy thing, Dallas?
But
Faison Brandon is essentially Hendon Hooker. So we'll
yeah,
see what happens. If you can get 3 years of that or 2 years of that, then you're
if he'll play him, he's
Yeah.
got to play him. I mean, if you don't play him, it doesn't matter. I mean, he can go to. I better get off the topic before I say something I have to go through and edit out. But moving on from that dreadful sport to the hardwood. Tennessee's coming off a successful week at the players era. Even though if you would listen to some people, they would say the Kansas loss basically just took our goodwill away. But Houston was a it was a great win. I mean, Kingston Fleming, that's a great player. That's someone that should go top 10 in the NBA draft, hell, top five. He's he's a stud. Like as I said, I'm not concerned with the Kansas loss. I mean, the week came out, Tennessee did with a guns blazing in the Kansas game, took a 12-point, 15-point lead, whatever it was, and they just ran out of gas in the end of the second half, and that happens. I mean, Kansas, people will say, Kansas, they play two games as well. They should be out of gas too, but they had a better second half than Tennessee did. Well, Kansas had to play Syracuse and Notre Dame. Tennessee played Houston. Two totally different situations right there. I mean, that's just all I got to say about that. Levi, you got anything else you want to add? Oh, and Nathan Mint was awesome, by the way, in that Kansas game, despite the loss.
Yeah, Amit was great, and even Jalen Carey was great. When you play 3 games, 3 days, man, you're gonna have dead legs, and this team's gonna run. Um, this team is gonna run off Jacoby Gillespie, and if you look at that Houston game and you watch, it's the best game I've seen Jacoby Gillespie play. And everybody will be like, "Oh well, you know, well, what about Rutgers? He shot better in the Rutgers game, but if you go back to this game, he shot 3 for 9 from three. I'll take that from Gillespie if he defends like he did, and he flat out busted his ass. Excuse my language. On the defensive end in that game. Had 4 assists, didn't turn the ball over a single time against a Houston team that is known for turning the ball over. And when we were back on the podcast last, I said I think Houston beats us because I think we'll turn the ball over. Well, when your primary ball handler doesn't turn the ball over and then goes out and defends his butt off, and then as you stated, the well, I lost his name now. I don't know why. The kid from Houston, really good
Fleming.
player, as you stated. Um, I don't know why. Yeah, Flemings. It's one of those days. I'm back to work for the first time in like 5 days, but he he uh he did the best he could against that kid. I mean, he's 6'4", man. I mean, but overall, it's the best game I've seen Gillespie play. And if we get that Gillespie every game in the tournament, I think you see us in the Final Four this year.
I agree. And I mean, I guess with that being said, we can move on to prepping the prep for Syracuse here. Just a little notes before we get going with that. Tennessee came in at 13th in this week's AP poll. And Nathan Mint, once again, wins SEC Freshman of the Week. This is his third out of the past four it's been
Oh, I
awarded, I do
thought
believe.
Kentucky won that all the time.
Oh, yeah, it's just Kentucky. I don't know why they're ranked so low. I mean, they're God gift to basketball. But anyway, all these stats here are per CBB analytics, according to Syracuse. They are really good around the rim. They finish above average actually at the rim, but they do struggle mightily from three. I don't know if you know the CB analytics shot charts. I'll post that in the comments when we post the podcast. But there's a lot of red at the rim, and on the perimeter, there's a lot of blue. I mean, there's a lot of blue around the perimeter. At the top of the key, that's about where you get the most red, and then you got just blue all over the court. Going to their adjusted offense, Tennessee is 129th, which, by the way, you mentioned Rick Barnes improving. This is hands down, I think, the best offense statistically he's had at Tennessee.
No, not other than Grant and Admiral. We were top
Well,
five that year.
yeah,
But I mean, that defense that year was 49th. And
yeah,
right now, this Tennessee team, if you look at it, if you told me we finished the season 18th in offense and 13th in defense, I'm gonna sit and argue with you that this is a Final Four basketball team. Um, but yeah, you overall, I would take this offense over that offense, which maybe I'm being a homer, just what have you done for me lately type guy. I do believe this team shoots the ball better. And I also think that we can dump it down inside. And we don't have a Grant, but we have a JP, we have a Felix who is starting to come around a little bit. I like this offense a lot, Dallas. I think you do too. And, like I
Yeah,
said, 18th and 13th, that's the best combination, which would be average of what, 15 and a half for a Rick Barnes team ever. And I still think the defense will tick up as we get into SEC play. We get more familiar with guys and stuff like that. So,
absolutely. And then going on to Syracuse, their offensive adjusted rating is 115. It's all about middle ways, about average. Defense, Tennessee defensive rating is a 95th, 95. Syracuse is 90th. So Syracuse has a
I
little
hope we
bit
don't
better.
play them again.
I mean, neither. But Syracuse has a little bit better of a defense according to these analytics, but I also think it has to do with the teams they've played. And then points in the paint, Tennessee is one of the best teams in the country at getting points in the paint. They have a 320 points in the paint. Syracuse has 280. On second chance, Tennessee has 150, which is elite. I mean, Tennessee is by far the best team in the country at creating second chance looks. And
Mhm.
Syracuse is at 85th, which is kind of about where you see average teams. And this is where the bugaboo comes to the game. And I
The
just looked
what?
the game. The bugaboo.
The bugaboo?
Yeah, you never heard that?
What's the bugaboo?
Well, it's gonna be the where the rubber meets the road. Basically, it's where we're gonna
Oh, okay,
find out
okay, okay.
who's going to win the game. It's going to be on the
Okay.
board. It's going to be on the boards because Tennessee creates a lot of second chance opportunities and they score on those second chance opportunities at an elite level. I mean, I haven't looked, but I know it's the one. It's the best this year, and I believe it would have been the best last year as well. But Syracuse is elite at limiting those opportunities. So which team is going to win out? Is Syracuse going to keep Tennessee off the glass and force them into one shot, or is Tennessee going to battle back and outpower that tough defensive rebounding of Syracuse? And I believe right before we got on here, I saw that you sent it to me. I think Levi that Danny Freeman is out, and
He is out.
I believe that's huge for Tennessee. I mean, that means that's one guy less that's going to be attacking the glass. I think Syracuse is a solid team all around. Hazometrics favors Tennessee, I think, by about 12. Could see it being a little bit closer. I'm thinking about 8 to 9, maybe. Final score Tennessee winning by about 8 to 9. That's about all I've got though for Syracuse. Levi, you got anything?
I think we run it up on them. I know that it's a weird arena. It's not the Carrier Dome anymore. But I do believe we run it up a little bit. I would like. Personally, I think we win this by about 15.
That'd be nice.
Um, I think we'll shoot the ball well. Gillespie's a big time guy. I think Nate Ament. I think we've seen what we're going to get from Nate, minus the Houston game. Jeff Capels is one of the best in the country about, hey, we're going to take this guy away. Well, Gillespie went nuts, and we got we got other guys. We have other guys that seem to not be scared to step up this year, which is awesome because the last 2 seasons, we've been the Dalton Connect and Chaz Lanier team. This year, it seems like, oh, they have Nate Ament. We'll take him away. Well, we got Jacoby Gillespie. We got guys that'll hit open shots. We got guys that'll crash the boards. We got guys that'll do the dirty work just to make it. We'll muck it up if we have to. We don't have to be on fire from downtown or hit crazy shots or anything like that. So I like us to win by about 10 to 15 points or so. But if you want to talk some Illinois real quick, let's go ahead and jump into that one.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the Illinois team that Winston Churchill, I think if he was still alive today, would absolutely love this Illinois team. And I say that because they are full of Europeans. I mean, you have Yusevich, his brother, Yeah, Merkovich. Yeah, Stochovic. A lot of itches in this on
There's a
Illinois.
ton of itches.
Yeah, then
Let's
you have
see. Uh, David Minikovic, Stojakovic, Petrovic, Ivasic, Ivasic. Yeah. And then Jakits. Let's look at before we jump really into the styles, let's look at the average age of the Illinois basketball team. They are oh wow, they're only 120th in the country at 1.69 years. They're the second highest height team in the country though. 79 and a half inches, almost
yeah,
80 inches tall average.
they're long pause,
I would
but
expect them to run a lot of zone against us.
yeah, they're very athletic and very mobile. Kylan Boswell, one of the best point guards in the nation, averaging 17 points per game right now. In Nashville, it's going to be it should be a pro Tennessee crowd, even though it's technically a neutral site, but there'll be some Illinois there'll be some Illinois fans in the crowd. I think the crowd will hopefully push Tennessee over the top. If in the next three, if there was a game I had to choose that Tennessee would lose, I think it would be the Illinois game because
Hmm.
even though their offense did start out pretty elite, I mean averaging 113 points a game, they have kind of came back down to earth a little bit against some pretty much better competition actually. Let me pull up here and see who they just played the other day. Oh, UConn, yeah.
Connecticut. Yeah,
They lost to UConn. I think they only scored like what 60 points in that game,
61.
6-1. So
They've only they only they're coming back down to earth. People are starting to figure out that system.
yeah, but I still think that it's going to be tough to see how Tennessee handles all that length and pressure. I mean, I think that Kansas had some length as well, and that kind of bothered
Mhm.
Tennessee's offense. But like we said, they was tired. I mean, but I'm thinking before coming into the week, I was thinking 2-1. I'm starting to come around on 3-0 in the next three. I think this is a very winnable stretch here for Tennessee, especially getting. I mean, you get Syracuse in Syracuse, then you get basically Illinois and Louisville at home. I think it's a
Mhm.
very possible 3-0 stretch here. Levi, do you have any? We'll talk about Louisville obviously next week, but do you have any thoughts else on Illinois?
I no, I think we can handle them. I think that they're going to go zone early, and Gillespie will shoot them out of it, and then they'll have to catch back up to us. I think we get a fast start with Louisville, or I'm sorry, Illinois, and we kind of wear them down as the game goes on. But I do believe because they've switched it up the last 2 years against us. They've went zone, they've went man, they went zone, they went man. I think they'll come out zone against us, wanting us to shoot, and I think Gillespie will get hot early. Bridgestone's a nice shooting arena, so past that, I do. Do I think Tennessee goes 3-0 in the next three? No, just based off matchups and all that. I
Yeah,
do believe we go 2-1. I know for sure Syracuse is a win. I think we win that one easy. It's going to be a toss up between Illinois and Louisville. I mean, you're playing the 17th and the ninth ranked Ken Palm team. And in Torvik, everything's about the same. And then net rankings, I sent you the thing earlier, Dallas. I don't have it on my phone no more. Hold on. Let me see real fast here. What they're net ranked. I should have had this up. I'm just over here having fun. Here's a composite rank of
I've got the
everything.
net if you need
Torvik.
it.
Well, Torvik and I have the composite rankings, which are Torvik and Ken Palm and Net and AP poll and all that. You have Illinois at 16, and I don't see Louisville on here. So if that tells you
Well,
anything, and we get them at home. So I like our chances to go 2-1 and even 3-0, as you stated. So if you haven't seen those composite rankings, you should check them out. They're pretty sick. It ranks everything from AP Poll, Net, Ken Palm, Torvik, Haslam, and Evan Maya. So pretty cool little graphic there. I meant to send that to you earlier today. I don't know if I did or not.
I can't remember, but with that being said, we'll move on to our college basketball picks. I am currently 10-4. Levi, you are currently 10-4. So with 20-8 as a podcast, pretty solid. I mean, a lot better start than
We're
last
doing pretty
year.
good.
Yeah, a lot better than
We
last
picking
year.
against the spread?
We should, but
Just kidding.
active.
No, we can't do that, can we?
No, we can't. Well,
Nah, okay.
no,
That's
no, no,
boring.
no. Okay, first game this week we have North. I'm not even doing the AP rankings because it's hard to keep up with them on here. So I'm just got the teams. North Carolina at Kentucky. These are all true home games. Louisville at Arkansas and Iowa State at Purdue. Starting off with North Carolina and Kentucky. I want to go North Carolina. Caleb Wilson is I mean, how many times can you say a great freshman? This is just a tremendous freshman class. But at Rupp, I think Kentucky finds a way to win that one. I will not be upset if I'm wrong there, though. But give me Kentucky on this matchup. Levi, who do you have?
North Carolina.
Carolina. Like I said, I'll be completely fine. Won't complain a bit if that goes true. Then we have Louisville at Arkansas. This is a game that I'm looking forward to probably the most out of the Tennessee games of the week. Um, I think Arkansas is a little bit worse than I thought they were going to be at this point. I still think they can put it together and come around in March, but that is a wild home environment. Very hard to win in Bud Walton, as I think Tennessee went on, what was it, a streak? They went on like 7 straight games with a loss in Bud Walton or something like that. But I want Louisville to come into the Tennessee game pretty much unblemished. So I'm going to take Louisville in this game just for that. But like I said, if Arkansas wins it, I wouldn't be shocked at all. Levi, who do you have?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Louisville as well. I think that they'll shoot enough. They'll shoot well enough from three.
And then moving on to Iowa State at Purdue. I There's a lot of Purdue love out there. I don't subscribe to it. I mean, they're good, but I don't think they're in the upper echelon of the college basketball ranks. If we got time here towards the end of the show, we might do a quick tier ranking of who we think's in the tier one of college basketball and then tier two if you want to do that, Levi. But I'm going to take Purdue in this one. I want to take my guy TJ, but home court, true home game. Give me the Boilermakers. Levi, who do you got?
Yeah, I'm not picking against Purdue again. Not at home. I can't wait to get up there. I really want to go to the game when we play them there in the next few years. But yeah, that arena just seems cool. So I'll take Purdue.
Purdue just gives me absolute PTSD because no matter what sport it is, they absolutely kick our rear ends. But
They don't
moving
kick
on,
our rear end. We just lose in the worst ways, man.
well,
It's just stuff that's
true,
just like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I mean,
true,
it's
true.
it's it's never just like we have no chance type situation. It's always just uh like the realization of like we're gonna lose with less than 30 seconds on the clock or something. So
It's going to be the meme of the soldier standing in front of the battlefield. He's got that shocked look on his face, and in the background, it's going to be that meme completely.
yeah,
But
you're
moving
correct.
on to our hardly known Hoopers. This week I have Carson Johnson. He's a Division II transferred up to Denver, averaging 18.5 points per game, 2.2 rebounds, 3.2 assists on a 46-40-80 shooting split. He had 18 points against Arizona, and that pretty stout defense. He went 7 of 13, I think 2 of 4 from three. He thrives in the pick and roll. He's just a scorer. It's very fun to watch. If you get a chance to watch Denver this year, take a quick look at Carson Johnson. Levi, who do you have?
I got Boopy Miller
Who?
from SMU. Boopy Miller
Oh,
from
oh,
SMU.
oh, you
Absolute
said
hooper, man.
Booby Miller.
No, Boopy. Boopy Miller. He started at Central Michigan, transferred to Wake Forest, didn't like he had great numbers for Forbes over there at Wake Forest, but transferred to SMU. And this season he's just absolutely going insane. The other night against Mississippi State, he had 28 points. He's insane. He's one of those. What's the guy from FAU a few years back? I can't remember his name. That kind of carved us up in the NCAA tournament. He's
Uh,
like him. But
Johnny Davis.
yes, Janai Davis that transferred to
Johnny Davis.
Arkansas. Yes, he is exactly that style of player, which I'm surprised he didn't transfer to Arkansas with the way he's bounced around college basketball. But that's today's game. But he's really good, and he'll pull up from anywhere. He's just that freak type shooter that just, he'll take two dribbles and just pull up and you're like, whoa, that's a terrible shot. And then it'll go in and you're like, oh, all right. But yeah, he's that kind of guy, really good player. If which we'll probably see a little SMU in our conference through time, but a really good player.
I I definitely agree about SMU. It wouldn't surprise me if Tennessee gets them, and they are in that. Yeah, they are. But it wouldn't surprise me if Tennessee goes there in the ACC Challenge in a few years. But would you got any interest in a tier ranking of the
Yeah, let's go
college
ahead
basketball?
and
All right,
let's run a few tiers here.
all right. I'm thinking tier one for me. Do you want to go like give one team and you give another? You want me to give my everyone
How
I have in
many
the
how
tier
many
one?
how many tiers are you? Are you four?
Just, but I figure we could just do two, just the the top of the cream, and then the teams that could possibly win it all, even if they're not in the very cream of the crop. How's that sound?
So four total?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
All
I got
right,
four teams that I'm pretty confident in. So
all right, I'm gonna go tier one, which would be my very top. I want to go kind of out of the box here. I love watching this team play. Give me Arizona. I think that's kind of out of the box a little bit, but their defense is stout, and Kopiet, the freshman, is really good, and Toby Walker seems to have found out how to play a little bit without fouling. Hopefully, Jaden Carey can find that out pretty soon as well. He did have a good weekend at the players there. That's my first team, Levi. Who you got?
my first tier team would be Duke. I like Duke a lot.
And
They
I,
have Boozer. Is if they ref him the same way they did Zach Edey a couple years ago, they play similar styles. He's a little shorter, but they're both brute force. Yeah, Duke.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I saw a graphic the other day of someone complaining about it was an Arkansas fan complaining about Boozer getting away with a hook. And looking at the picture, the graph, I mean, maybe it happened in real time, but the picture did not look like a hook at all to me. But I feel like he's going to be that Zach Edey type player that teams are going to say he gets away with too much or isn't called enough.
So
Moving
I
on
will
to,
say you can't put the ball on the floor with your pivot foot and hook at the same time. I
yeah,
agree with the Arkansas fan. But also don't be a baby.
yeah,
Man up down there. I
yeah,
mean, it's early season basketball, brother. Uh, we both know when it comes to basketball that refs don't care. Now, when it matters,
yeah.
will they call that? Maybe, and it could be a deciding factor. But if just man up, that's all I'm gonna say.
And my team, my tier two team, I'm going to go with your tier one team, Duke. I think Duke is, like you said, everything you said. I pretty much want to echo that. So, who's your second team?
I still love Houston. I think that team's
Yeah, I agree.
physical. I think they shoot the ball well. They have great point guard play when it comes down. We know how it is in March that at the end of the day, no matter what, your point guard play is going to matter. And Houston has, in my opinion, a top three point guard in America. And he's going to go get you a bucket when you need it, or he's going to create one, and it's going to come down to the other guys hitting shots. They also have Emmanuel Sharp, who, as we know, is a very clutch shooter. So,
Absolutely. I agree with all of that. I mean, Houston wouldn't make mine, but this is just, I'm having a hard time picking against these other two teams that I am a big fan of so far this season. On my third team, give me Tennessee. I think the top two are here, and then it's the rest down here. I think Purdue, Arizona and Duke are the very top tier, and then there's the rest of the teams that I think could all win it. But give me Tennessee. I think Nate's just going to get better, and especially getting cut, have mercy, driving to the cup. I think he's going to get stronger. He's going to learn how to handle contact more. Gillespie, he's just going to become better as the year goes on, and this whole team's just going to get better as the year goes on. And they've already beat one of the top teams in the country, and it's going to be hard for me to pick against Tennessee come March, even if I wasn't a Tennessee fan. So give me the Vols at 3. Levi, who do you have?
I still like Gonzaga a lot. I think the Michigan hype is crazy over an early season tournament. It feels, in my opinion, similar to how the Bruce Pearl team that went nuts in the preseason NIT and beat a bunch of really good teams, and then they ended up being a 9 seed and getting their butt whipped. I don't think Michigan will be a 9 seed, but I still don't think that Michigan is this high level team much above everybody else in the country. But yeah, I I like Gonzaga a lot. I think their offense and their maturity will put them to the level where I do. If I had any bet at at any moment right now, I would have Gonzaga making the Final Four.
And this, I want to clarify: these teams are not who I pick to make a Final Four right now. This is just who I think
Nah,
of.
it's just
Yeah,
we're just ranking at the moment. Yep,
and I'm going to go with maybe somewhat of a even more controversial. I don't think it should be controversial though. With my fourth
I
pick,
know who you're going with. Don't say it.
Vanderbilt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mark Byington, he's an elite coach, and this
And he
team
won't be
is
at Vandy very long.
no. This team is really really good. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all if Vanderbilt wins the SEC, and that's
I would
something
still be very surprised if Vandy wins the SEC this year. I don't think he'll be at Vandy next year.
I don't. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they either the conference or the tournament. It wouldn't the conference tournament, not the NCAA tournament. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if they got hot and won the conference tournament, or if they just win the
I mean, they
conference
look great.
outright.
You don't do
They
what they
do.
did to St. Mary's. That St. Mary's style is very similar to ours. They shoot a little less threes, but 96-71, I was like, I'm
Yeah,
nervous.
man. Vanderbilt's going to be one to look out for. So Levi, who's your fourth team?
My fourth and total team will be Iowa State. Iowa
TJ.
State is, I would, if if Rick Barnes retired at the end of the year, I'd be willing to put a paycheck or 3 or 4 or 5 towards bringing TJ over to Knoxville and letting him wear that tight uh, fit polo he likes to wear with the
Yeah, I figured.
nice little
I
UT
figured you
logo
wanted him
on
to
it.
do that.
Okay.
I mean, you could just take, fire Josh Heupel, take the money he's paid once it comes down to it, and put it all together, and you can get TJ and
That's not how this
Le-
works.
Levi will be sitting there on his couch watching the Vols with TJ Otzelberger strutting the court,
I
and
don't watch
Levi.
many games on my couch like you do, Dallas. I actually go to
Well,
the
this
games.
if you let me finish,
Uh,
sitting there on the couch with the tissues and the anyway, that's enough
yeah, I go to
for
the
this week.
games. I'll take my tissues to the games.
I think you'll go jail, brother, but
Gotta
okay.
kind of nose is running a little bit.
That's that booger sugar. You have to stop it.
Nah, I can't do that with my job.
All right. With that being said, I think that's enough for this week's Beyond the Arc episode. Beyond the Arc episode. Beyond the Arc podcast. I think this is probably going to be the longest ever in the history of the show. Even when
Yeah, you
Jordan
talk
done
too
it, I don't.
much.
I don't think we ever got it up to 50 minutes. But pray for my computer and my internet as they try to upload this to YouTube. It might just explode. But with that being said, we'll wrap everything up, and next week we'll be on here to hopefully talk about Tennessee's two stellar victories and preview the upcoming Louisville matchup. Thanks for listening, and go Vols.
Go Vols, brother.